One of my favorite horror subgenres, especially recently, is rural horror. Now, this can go by a lot of names: backroads horror, backcountry horror, hillbilly horror, take your pick. I'm, of course, talking about your Texas Chainsaw Massacres, your Hills Have Eyes, Wolf Creek, Wrong Turn, Wax Museum, etc., etc. It's a long-standing variety of horror, really kicking off in the 70s, and then seeing a big revival in the 2000s before eventually getting the Dewey Cox treatment with 2010's Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. There's just something about these movies that really capture a sort of grounded, mysterious sense of fear, even if the threat is supernatural, especially since they tend to ditch the expected shadows of darkness that most horror films utilize and instead dish out the terror in harsh, broad daylight. The idea that when you look out in the horizon, there could be something nefarious somewhere out there, just waiting for some unfortunate soul to stumble upon it. But I love it. Hell, I remember being on family road trips as a little kid and looking out the window into desert expanses, and I'd never seen The Hills Have Eyes, but I'd heard the name and I knew the general premise, and that alone was enough. My imagination did the rest. But what's interesting is this subgenre isn't just limited to horror. It can be just as applicable to thrillers, which is often the case with the big overlapping horror-thriller Venn diagram. So, for today's Movie Rec Monday, I'd like to introduce you to a backcountry action thriller starring Kurt Russell, which is 1997's Breakdown, directed by Jonathan Mostow. Breakdown follows Jeff, played by Kurt Russell, and his wife Amy, played by Kathleen Quinlan, who are driving cross-country when their car breaks down in the middle of the desert. The couple separates with plans to meet up at a cafe, but when Jeff arrives, Amy is nowhere to be found, leading him into a frenzied search. If that summary seems especially vague, it's intentional. This movie really is best experienced as blind as possible for optimal suspense, and boy, does it deliver suspense. Despite not being a horror movie in the same sense as the movies I mentioned earlier, it really does capture a particular brand of terror unique to the pre-cell phone era. Well, pre-useful cell phones. Being a film of the late 90s, it's a chilling display of the final years where not having someone right in front of you or knowing they're at a specific location with a landline at the ready meant having no means of immediate communication. It's a big desert and they could be anywhere. Oh, and as I mentioned, this is also an action movie. In my opinion, just the right amount. The action is all appropriately built to in the latter half of the film and delivered in precise quantities to never diffuse the suspense, only to enhance the excitement. Kurt Russell nails it as always as our leading man, and the sweaty atmosphere paired with an eerie score and soaring cinematography makes for a truly effective, entertaining, and intense flick. And hey, if you also dig this particular variety of backcountry subgenres, go to our page and check out this promo for Devil's Dynamite, a rural western horror film I'm currently working on getting off the ground. This genre's got a lot more to offer, and I plan on delivering, but the project is still in the early stages and getting people's attention and interest is going to help make it happen. So check out Breakdown, check out Devil's Dynamite, and be careful this summer. You never know who's waiting around the bend on those long, empty roads.